Hey everyone, this is a demo of how to get data from one system to another real-time using Estuary Flow, which is the first real-time data operations platform for future-proof data pipelines, including both historical and real-time data set up in minutes. It allows you to do real-time data transformations and automatically create continuously updated views of your data where you need it. To begin, let's look at a few basic concepts in Flow. What you see here is the Flow web app. As you see on the menu on the left, underneath the welcome option, which leads you to this welcome page here, you've got captures, collections, materializations, and admin. Now, to put it very simply, you create captures to set up real-time data ingestion from your sources. From there, Flow will automatically land your data in what we call collections within your cloud storage. Now you've captured your data from your source, they're stored in collections. The last step is to connect to your target systems and keep them up to date with low latency views of your collection data. And we call this materializations. Basically, Flow pushes data to your outside destination once you've got your materialization set up. Now, let's say if I set up a new capture, so I click new capture, I've got all these pre-built connectors I can select from. And there are some commonly used popular SaaS applications, Salesforce, LinkedIn, MySQL, Google Suite. Now today, we're going to try this exchange rates API. The exchange rates API is a free subscription you can get from apilayer.com. It collects data from over 15 exchange rate data sources and make exchange rates for more than 170 currencies accessible to you through this API. Now, let's say if I want this data every day in a format where I can more easily consume and create reports with, say, for example, a spreadsheet, I can set up a capture to ingest the data from the API and materialize the data into a Google Sheet. So let's see how to do that. So once we're on the Create Capture page, we would pick a prefix from the dropdown and add a unique name, say exchange rate source. From here, we would need to fill in the access key, which we can grab from apilayer.com. And for start day, let's pick today, January 16, 2023. So we're going to hit next. So it's going to take a minute to set up our capture. Once it's set up, we can test it and make sure it's all connected without errors. It's going to generate logs as it tests our capture. Now, once you see the success signal here, you're good to close this and save and publish. Once we've got our capture set up, test, save, and published, we will create our materialization. We can do that either by clicking this materialized collections button or go to the materializations page here and create new materialization. Okay. So we're getting these info logs indicating that it's successfully making the connections it needed, and now we're getting the success signal. So let's go to materialized collections. Again, there's a list of pre-built connectors we can choose from. For today's demo, we'll materialize into Google Sheet. So again, we'll pick a prefix and then add a unique name here. Let's do exchange rate destination. And I've already created a blank Google Sheet that we can use. So we're going to grab the URL from this Google Sheet, copy link. And then we're gonna put in the spreadsheet URL here. Now we're gonna authenticate by signing in with our Google account. Continue. Okay, now it's going to say it's authenticated. The next step is to choose from the available collections our exchange rate. Actually, it's already added here, exchange rates. So now we have our exchange rates. We can click next and test. Now we're seeing an error, and I kind of put this in intentionally so that we can do a little troubleshooting here. So let's view logs. Now, if we scroll up and look at the error message, it says the caller does not have permission. So this is a permission issue. And the reason is because we have not given Flow permission to access this Google Sheet. So let's give it access using the Google account that we used to authenticate earlier. So make sure you give editor access and not just viewer or commenter, because Flow does need to make updates to the spreadsheet. So once the access has been updated, let's test again. Okay, now we get the success signal. We can close this, go back to our list of, make sure we're saving it. Yeah, I think we tested it earlier, but we also need to save and publish to make sure the materialization is getting saved. Okay, now it's successful. We can close this. Now, as we go back to our list of materializations, we see that the exchange rate destination materialization has a green light next to it. This indicates that it's up and running and ready to go. So now let's go back to our spreadsheet. So earlier, this was a blank spreadsheet, but now an exchange rates tab has been added to the sheet. And we see that a row of data has already made it in for January 16, 2023 with exchange rates info from today. Now going forward, every day, it's going to add a new row of data to the sheet because new exchange rates come in daily. If you had ingested data from a data source that gets more frequent updates than daily, you will see the updated data reflected here as well. This target will get updated every few seconds. As you see here, last edit was seconds ago. Now, if we go back to Flow, we can see the materialization is up and running, published a minute ago. Now there you have it. This is a short demo of how you can set up your data flow in a matter of minutes and a few clicks. And as you can imagine, there are a ton of use cases for this if your work involves data. If you want to play around with Estuary Flow, you're welcome to experiment firsthand for free how it can meet your data needs easily by joining the beta. There's also an extensive documentation on each of the capture connectors for you to explore the possibilities. We would love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching.